Yazi, ube mnandi, zonke izinto zibe manzi. Homie, don't worry, hold up. No mgozi goes a thing on skinny. Dishing out the truth, so start tuning in. Can't tolagale. Come, yes, social issues, this so easily. Giving you the latest news so instantly. Gender we tighter, keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider.
Yes, my friends, it is officially that time again. Welcome to it. You are tuned into Mzansi Insider. Konalago SABC 1, Mzansi for sure. It's myself, Cancer Navasan and Rory in the building, serving you relevance. Get it together.
And slayage. Just like that. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. And like Msho's skin, we hope to brighten up your day. So hit us up on social media. Let's get this conversation going. What are you thinking about? What are you doing?
Yes.
All that stuff.
And we start the show the only way we know how, on a high note. Let's see what's happening all around the world. Namhlanje kumZansi Insider.
If you're dating someone young, why?
90% is exactly what we've been talking about. I mean, this is what we're actually fighting for in the industry. Now we want all the cinemas to be 100% local, television to be local, and now radio is actually starting the trend, and I think it's fantastic.
I think it's absolutely amazing. There are a couple of concerns, you know, are we prioritizing which genres? Because right now in South Africa, your house, your hip-hop is quite huge. There are other genres such as your house, gospel, other platforms and other genres that don't really get that much airplay. And, you know, they did say they're prioritizing them. I'd actually like to see if that's actually going to happen or, if it's just said. And another thing, are radio stations ready for that, though? Because I think a lot of the
as South Africans ready for that. Because also, I think a lot of South Africans enjoy a myriad of a whole lot of music from all around the world. So almost jarring it just to a 10% international is quite a change for us.
It is quite a change, but if you come to think, if you look at it in this sense, that at some point it used to feel like 10% of South African music and 90% of everything else like that. So, I mean, let's let it play out.
Let's not speak too soon.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shout out to all the local musicians. Go get that royalty check.
Shout out to you.
Come on now, somebody.
Where we at?
All right, let's check out our next story. Mavuso.
Mavuso.
I have absolutely nothing to say. What a mess!
I don't know where to start.
No, guys.
Basically, there's an amount even. So you go to the party, bara Mavuso akasheko, 330, house na 330, rau fine.
No.
For real.
I don't have anything to say, hey? Like, I'm just like, what's going on? What must happen?
These things, they happen, though.
They happen, but like, it must stop happening because it's not right, guys. How do you know, I saw a clip during the week and the girl was saying that, I mean, we go out all night and then I come back and I'm hungry. Really? Yeah, so like everybody else, no, guys.
I just think money is going to turn us into a crazy people.
I think it already has.
I hate speaking about politics. It bores me so much.
No, it can't bore you.
Genuinely.
It's very necessary,
There will never be a conclusion to a political discussion.
Yeah.
Here we can conclude, Uguti, Parliament has been a circus. However, once we start speaking politics, it's a whole lot of different views, and what you believe in a specific party for is really all on you, so you can never end that topic.
Yeah, I guess it's not even just only about parties, but it's also about policies and what people are standing for. What I find interesting about this is that across the world, parliaments are really like this. Like but I sort of feel, I get a sense, not that I'm saying it's right that people behave like that, but how does South Africa isolate and say it's the only place where things like this are happening? It's happening across. So it's a global leader problem.
You see, the thing is, it's brand new to us.
Yeah, no,
that's why we just like, what?
I think also just as Africans, I don't allow disrespect and like that. Like, I'm telling them in a different, you know? We respect that face, like, okay, give makeup again, and you don't disrespect. But, well, yo, man, call the security. Clearly, they got to tighten out the security because it's getting pretty heated.
Guys, we're about to get into the heat of social media as we get into hot of social media. We want you to join in the conversation, so hashtag Mzansi Insider and let the games begin.
Africa Boramona hair, Hunale culture and it's pretty much weaving its way into the South African youth. Pizza di blessa. Yeah, I'm not about this life. I really think that this is a waste of energy, time, and money.
And airtime.
And no, but it's no. As airtime, we need to talk about it because we have to get people aware. It's good for us to talk about things that are happening around us. But Tabadi Blessa, for me, it's just a very weird concept. It's a weird concept on a number of reasons, but mostly because what is it saying about women? And secondly, what is it saying about the guys? But to help us unpack this, we're sitting with our panelist. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are
Doesn't
you
she
guys
have like
doing?
the coolest hair?
She does, it's all
I'm
blue.
like, if I don't look into your eyes and I look at your hair, it's just like, yo, man, this is so cool.
Thank you.
Now we're speaking blessers. I want to know, do you have a blesser? Are you a blesser?
No, I don't have a blesser, otherwise I wouldn't be living with my parents. But we'll see how things go in a few years. Might find myself a little bent and, you know, sponsor some airtime or
Oh
something.
my goodness.
And this is what
my
I'm saying,
goodness.
though. The notion of blessers is that, like, there are different levels. There are levels to blessers. So you could have a blesser and live at home. You can have a blesser and not have a car. So what do you think about the level of blesser? Is there a level?
I mean, just like in any profession, there are things that set you apart. So in terms of blessers, it's easy to classify because it's money involved. So yeah, there are levels to what it is that you provide for the person that you're dating.
Yeah.
And although we've turned it into a joke, it is something quite serious.
You wrote an article about blessers, right?
I have, yes.
Yes. So what was your thought process in that? Tell us a little bit about that article and what you were saying.
All right, personally, I am a devout feminist. So in terms of the predatory nature of it, as an old man, what are you doing dating a 14-year-old? What are you two talking about? In terms of blessers, they try to make it seem like it's a relationship. So if we look at it from that perspective, if you're dating someone young, why are you dating someone young? If it's a transactional relationship, what agency does a teenager have to decide that she wants to enter into this relationship and do the things that you might require from her as a partner?
So in my mind, when you think of like an older guy dating a younger girl, that takes me to sugar daddy.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between a sugar daddy and a blesser? Is there a difference?
Almost all becha, just like all becha. Like, what's the difference?
I feel like there is no difference. It's just that in terms of sugar daddies, it was before social media. Now with blessers, it's social media. It comes from the hashtag blessed.
Yeah.
So even though we're speaking about it as though they're two different things, it's essentially the same thing.
Where then is the relationship? Is it just a transactional relationship?
Yes.
Are we getting, is it love versus money versus fun? Or like there is no relationship, it's just to bless you so that I can get whatever I want and that's it, period.
The problem with a conversation such as this, it happens on such a large scale that we tend to simplify things. But if you look at it as in terms of a blesser, like you said, they could be young, they could be old, they're still people. They're still people who want to be in relationships.
And tell me about some of the crazier stories that you've heard about blesser and blessee relationships.
Personally, it's not a crazy story that I've heard, but it's a video I was watching yesterday by another blogger. Her name escapes me right now, but she was speaking about how she was on her way home from college and she was in a taxi and she heard these girls in school uniform, big bags, and you know what age you have to have a big bag in high school.
You are little,
And this girl said she was worried because her blesser's not calling her anymore and she needs money because she wants to buy pumps on Friday. This girl's probably like 13, 14. How old is this man that she's dating? Does she not have parents who can buy her pumps?
True. And we can't glorify this for our young sisters to be buying
for
pumps,
her age,
really.
For her to think that something like that is okay, what kind of household or environment does this girl live in?
Who's to blame? The blessers or the blessees?
I think society as a whole, for me, because for blessers and blessees to exist, it means we live in a very sick and twisted time where things like that are okay. I'm just thinking that if my older brother is a blesser, for argument's sake, he's okay. He's then saying it's okay for another guy to give me money and monetary stuff and get whatever he gets out of it.
I feel like we blame, in terms of underage relationships, we blame the men who get into relationships with these girls.
Why?
Because they are the adults, they should know better.
But these
there's a
girls
reason
know.
why these girls can't vote, because they do not have the agency to make the right decisions for themselves. They're not adults. They don't know what they're doing. They're simplifying this thing in terms of money and
So you're only
possessions.
officially ready to start making calculated decisions when you're ready to vote.
Okay.
Basically, that's what you're saying
That is
to me.
in the legal framework, but I feel like a 16-year-old does not know what
can
she's
a
getting
woman be a
herself
blesser,
into.
though?
Yes, definitely.
I don't think it's cute. I don't think girls should be going around, walking around, I don't think men should be doing that as well. Issue. Yeah.
Okay, Mema Mojo, Raleboja. Thank you, Kay, so much for joining us. It's been so fantastic. You're about to cry. So, guys, let's open it up to you. Let's hear what you think, guys. Is this brand new or has it been happening all the time? Share your thoughts. Mzansi Insider is the hashtag that you should be using.
Hashtag bless us must fall.
Hashtag Ruri must relax.
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
From our showroom to the next, we headed out to Zano Scotch's showroom, and he showed us exactly how he crafts a bespoke tailored suit. Check it out.
I've always been passionate about the pattern, Scotch, you know, each egg. So I guess my visa is Scotch, so I kind of like took that, played around the letters, threw in a Z because my name is Zano, and then I came up with a name. The brand started a while back, 2008, but then officially fully working on the brand, I started in May 2011. So we focus a lot on quality of the fabric, we focus a lot on the blueprint of the design, we focus a lot on craftsmanship type of thing, because when we make something for you, we don't want it to last you until your next event, we want it to last your lifetime. It's intense. You can either go the schooling route or you can try things out via Google and buying magazines and freelancing.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it was going to someone who knew the trade, ask a couple of questions, they showed me the basics, and then doing my own research. Scotch. I think everything is in the pronunciation of the word.
All right.
It's very easy to say, it's classy, it's sassy. I think it's for the young, black, ambitious African man. A lot of people at times say we do vintage, but my take on it, or our take on it at Scotch, is that for fashion to move forward, we're always looking at the back. That's a common rule. Like no one comes with anything new that has never been done before. In fact, that's a fundamental rule when it comes to design. You always look back and then see forward. But more than that, I think we look into the diaspora and how the modern man really exists in his suit, and try and bring in the brand in terms of how the person carries himself. So I think the best way we sell our brand is having an element of the past, but more of an element of the future. So far forward that people think that it's backwards.
With the local film industry booming, they are definitely stacking up racks. The new one that came out is Mrs. Right Guy, and we went out to the premiere to check it out, and this is what went down.
I knew that men were dogs. All of them.
I've got a few questions for you before you propose to her.
Propose.
What's the first thing you thought when you met her?
Living in the most populous city in South Africa meant that every day I was confronted with male peacockery.
Are you so used to getting hit on that you think every single man out there is out to get with you?
Are you saying you don't?
Finally, the beast has been tamed.
There are days, though, when everything falls into place in a series of events so ridiculous that if you paid attention, you'd realize you're hurtling straight into the arms of your destiny.
My sister, no, it's getting worse, no?
Oh, honey, even after all that, you still don't have standards.
how was the experience?
I love it.
It was absolutely incredible.
It's like being on a never-ending roller coaster.
All of these elements put together make for a great and relevant product.
My absolute favorite part in the movie.
Anna and Gugu's relationship. It's so nice. It's just so... You like that. You want to be that way with your girlfriend, you know?
Joe and Gugu scene in the car. And it's just full of heart, man.
Well, what am I expecting? You know, this is possibly the most nerve-wracking part of film presentation. It's the most important part of it because it's people telling you what they feel about your work. So it's excitement and trusting in the fact that I did the best that I could and the team did the best that they could.
I always say this movie for me is a milestone in more ways than one. I came out with a favorite director, really incredible relationships with my co-actors, crew I'll never forget. Support was the biggest narrative in and around the shooting process, and that for me means more than anything. And to see so many people here today blows my mind.
And I think everyone will have their own opinion because that's what movies are. You know, they're made for people to have an opinion, and I love it. It's a rom-com, it's about love, and we're out here trying to take hearts, man.
I would recommend the movie to every woman who's ever been heartbroken. Recommend it to a bunch of girlfriends who are looking to go on a date night and catch up if they haven't seen each other in a long time. I'd recommend it for couples who are trying to find their space and they haven't had the conversation yet of, so what are we? Where are we going? What are we doing? So yeah, those people should see the film.
Views are what make or break films, and views are what make the next person want to go watch it. Word of mouth spread better. So I'm just expecting a lot of, oh, that was great. But I think deep down I'll be looking for that honest, did you really like it?
This Was Right Guy opened at cinemas Izolo, so do go out there and check it out to support local film. For those of you who have already seen it, do tell us your thoughts about it. Right now, though, after the break, we look behind the story of Mamlambo. Yep, you heard me, Mamlambo. Saboy.
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
Usupaphatiswe ngegazi. Umzimba wakho wonke manje ngathi insimbi. Noma yini obhekene nayo uzayinqoba. Izoba isikhali sakho. Noma ngabe sekufanele ukuthi ulwe. Lona uMamlambo. Umvikeli wakho omusha. uMamlambo isona sikhali sakho uzokuvikela ezingozini.
So when Elisini Sehlahang, Mzansi's biggest soapy, it's a drawing Illy Generations, The Legacy. Kabarasine na social media went on a rampage. Kadi tweets the fapafapaning. Let's on the memes and myths around this topic.
Yes, so we're going behind the story to understand more about this topic, which can easily be misunderstood. We have Gok Sompi Sisbia, no Gok Takane Muloi from Zifo Zonke Traditional Healers. Togozan.
Togozan. Likai? Togozan. Handle. Generation ke right ba kaofela ke ntwe shebelwang ke batho ba ngata wa hlahanwa e tshehlanyana e bitswang Mamlambo. How true is story se re se bone gore ke ntwe e etsahalang bonneteng?
Cha, kushuthi into abayi-actayo nje leyo. Kahle kahle uMamlambo akusi into ebonwa yinoma ubani. uMamlambo uyi-secret.
Okay.
Kushuthi into abayenzayo. Ngolwazi lami ngazi ukuthi uMamlambo uma umqala noma umsungula uya emlanjeni kuna something abakuphuzisa yona. uMamlambo kahle kahle uyisihlahla. Khamba kuyoxetshulwa isihlahla and then isihlahla leso uma ufuna into ozothwala ngayo noma into ezokuprotect ekhaya and then bese uyayiphuza lento after isikhathe esithize uyayihamba uyoyiphalaza emlanjeni. That is why bathi uMamlambo. Uyiphalaze lento emlanjeni and then kuzophuma inyoka ezithu. Kule inyoka ezithu khona ehlakaniphile khona active khona edom. So kule nyoka uzothatha le edom ubulale le ehlakaniphile and then uyoyithatha uyoyiteacher whatever ufuna ukuthi uyenze kusho ukuthi usudla izinto zakhona uyayithatha uyikhulisa somewhere la kuzoba isecret yakho khona and then bese uyayithatha ikhula uyiteacher whatever ozoyiteacher yona ukuthi kumele ingadela ama-taxi ingadela ama-business ingadela whatever thina siyizangoma asibeki into zethu zedlozi ukuthi everybody ayibone sine secret and umuntu oyisangoma like mina akathwali uyathwasa so laba abanenyoka ilaba abathwele
so njengoba bayivezile ku generations yonke le ndaba le iniphathe kanjani ke nina njengabantu abayaziyo lento ukuthi into eyenzakalayo
azange siphathe kahle because thina as abantu abathwasile as izangoma singaba belaphi bendabuko and isangoma according to the way sazi ngakhona akunamvume ukuthi unikeze umuntu sibona ukuthi bayasehlisa isithunzi sobungoma because you cannot give kusho ukuthi abantu bathwala ngathi and then asikwenzi lokho thina siyalapha so sibona ukuthi lokho that is why kunabantu abakhuluma inkulumo ezithile because manje kuvela sengathi because abantu they lose trust kithi because of manje mayivela kanje that means kusho ukuthi mayenzwa ivela iyenzwa umuntu ongumngoma that means nathi senza kanjalo and thina siye lapha asithwali njengoba ugogo sekaqhazile isangoma siyathwasa asithwali
papa ngo between
thina siyaguqa siyagula kusho ukuthi njoba sinje sayigulela lento until uzukhonje ukuthi kumele wenzeni so mawuthwala njengoba ngisho ngithi udla something uhambe uyofuna izinto zokuthwala uyazicabela and everything kuwe iba smooth and thina siyayisogolela ukuthwala kuyinto enzima because mina makungahlala umuntu othwele la angeke sishayisane ngoba mina ngigulile yena uthwele kunezinto ezinzima ezizongenza ukuthi like khona ukuvukwa idlozi or ngibona ukuthi uthwele asishayisane umuntu othwele nomuntu othwasile umuntu othwele yilo egcina bathu nomamlambo umuntu othwasile yilo ogulayo indaba yekamamlambo eTV isiphatheka njengoba ugogo asho besikhuluma besisazoshaya itoyitoyi ukuthi why izinto zethu zedlozi thina sizorespecta abantu bazosithatha bayibeke obala and benze engazuthi alihlonishwa idlozi liyahlonishwa kakhulu umamlambo lo uyingozi kakhulu ekhaya noma be-actor ngaye nalo actor ngaye akamazi kahle umamlambo because umamlambo uma ekhaya umuntu ethwele kune like i-secret room kungena yena angena abantu kwazi yena imali yakhe ayiye ebhenki abantwana bakhe abagani abantwana bayaphela uthola ukuthi umntwana makethola umntwana mhlambe bayaphambana like hand and umuntu othwele every time uyahlaba mhlawumbe uzokuthiwa kunomuntu ohlaba inkomo ezi4 uhlaba inkomo ezi because uyazi ukuthi kunale part yenyama noma kune part ya something enkomeni ayoyinikeza la muntu loya amfihle lapha and the day eshona akubi right because mangabe unama-taxi kuzophela konke mangabe une-shop kuzophela konke mangabe unabantwana ubancindisile lokho abancindisa khona ukuthi lento ingabeleki the day ehamba uzohamba nayo
hayi-ke siyabonga bogogo sesiphelelwe isikhathi but thank you for dispelling the myth sesazi ukuthi umamlambo akusiyinyoka and we've learned some extra things so thank you so much
Wow, re lebile hape ho bonko kana la dilo ska siang there you have it it's #Mzansi Insider share your thoughts on the topic what you know with us right now it's time for us to go check Nadia and Nakat
Masibuye itolo
Phuma boy
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
We're back. Yes, we're back. That's right, we're back. If you agree with me, give me a horn.
I was almost about to not give me
that. Porn though. But
no, I love you though, Rory.
I love you too.
Well, keep those Facebook and Twitter and Instagrams coming through. Right now, though, it is time for us to head on straight to our sports news with Mpuma boy.
I was about to say, where's my horn? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Welcome
This is
to
our
season
first
5.
time.
Come on.
You know.
But I didn't get the memo. I don't know why I lent it to match.
Oh yeah, we.
No,
you
because
know,
we're trying to welcome you.
just showing you how we roll.
Guys.
So next time, utole memo.
Smooth operator. Smooth.
Speaking of smooth operators, though, let's get into the sport, right?
Let's do that.
Mamelodi Sundowns won the PSL trophy with 2 games remaining, and on Monday they'll be honored in front of the entire country at the PSL Awards that will be taking place out at the Emperor's Palace. It's one of the few times that people like myself get out of their sporting gear and they look glam and get to mingle with each other. So you can watch the awards live on SABC1 at 8 p.m. with Mini Dlamini and Thomas Mlambo as your host. I'm definitely...
What are you going to be wearing?
Pick up. Don't steal my moment.
Yes.
Both of you.
What are you going to be
Don't cut
wearing?
me. Sorry, I just had to have a moment.
You had to, ne?
Respect them.
And I'm
Respect.
glad because they won it for like a record 7th time.
Fantastic. Back to the relevant information.
Yes.
What are you going to be wearing?
I don't know.
Come on.
I honestly have no clue. I'll see on Monday.
Color?
I can see.
I think you should go for like a eucalyptus green.
Boom.
You just learned a new word. You just
Don't leave me
learned a
hanging.
new word. Anyway, let's move on. Now, Banyana will be playing Coach Vera Pauw's Netherlands as part of their preparations for the Rio Olympics, which will be taking place out in August. They play the Oranje on the 4th and the 7th of June in Holland. Basically, the Oranje are currently ranked 15th, while Banyana are ranked 54th in the world. So this should be a great preparation for the girls because they will be playing the host nation, Brazil, in part of their opening Olympic Games. And you know, everyone knows it's very difficult to play a host nation in front of their crowd. So it's not going to be an easy one. And it's not just them. Also, the under-23 boys are going to be playing Brazil as well. So,
That's a difficult stuff. But we love you. We're supporting
And
you from here.
Brasilia plays though. That's
No, we also
something
play.
to fear.
They
Support
do.
home first. We
And the
also
girls,
play.
the Brazilian girls are actually ranked 8th in the world. So.
Well, that changes
And
the
ours are
dynamics.
50 what?
It's just maths. Is anybody frightened? It's just maths.
Yeah, well, it's just
Numbers.
that, but we hope
Changing
those
nothing
numbers
but a
add up for
number.
us. We hope they add up. Speaking of numbers, though, let's talk Formula One news. Now, after Mercedes teammates Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg's spectacular crash at the Spanish Grand Prix, and of course, 18-year-old Max Verstappen becoming the youngest Formula One winner yet in his maiden outing with the Red Bull team, all eyes will be on the Monaco Grand Prix tomorrow. The way I wish to go to the Monaco Grand Prix. Anyway, there's been plenty of fingers that were pointed with regards to who caused the Mercedes crash, and hopefully the riders will have now dusted off all the drama and will be ready to give us quite an epic show tomorrow. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one because, you know, it's one of those where you had Lewis Hamilton saying, look, Nico Rosberg gave me a bit of a chance. I thought I could squeeze in, but unfortunately, Kemochaisi, Raspina, we both came out. Yeah, it was...
Keep happy, I get you.
You know what I mean?
Happy? Next time you say
Yeah, but it was the first time since 2012 that Mercedes never got any points. So nobody at Mercedes
that's
is
a
happy.
big deal, though.
No one at Mercedes is happy. But big up to Max Verstappen, I mean, to win a race at the age of 18.
Thank you so much, Mpo. That was insightful.
Yeah.
Always teaching us something. I bet you learned something, right?
I learned a lot of things. You want to know what? Zago Pirat. Zago Pirat.
If I was you, I'd be saving that energy. I'll tell you why.
What?
It's time for social media fitness with Rory. Let's put her through her paces.
What?
Roll it. Hot, fit, and totally trending is Vanessa Dube. On Insta, she's at Coach Divine, also known as the Squat Master, Street Runner, and all-round rock star. We like this Fit Bunnies page and got her in the studio.
Ke ha kae ha o shebile Facebook le di Instagram ha o ntso swipe man o nahana hore yes botho gore o motle gore well we swiped and we landed on Coach Divine lebitso la hae ke Vanessa Dube and she's with us in studio. What it does?
How you doing?
What it do?
Fabulous,
I am
fabulous.
already just feeling
You're
like
ready for this
it's
journey.
going to be that kind of a day. But before we get into you know, the workout and what you have in store for me today, insurance, NGO,
yes,
and then fitness.
Yeah.
Give us the story.
You know, people kind of get into the industries that they get into because they know from a very young age that this is what they want to do. So unfortunately for me, in the early stages of my life, I was told, go and study and go and do this, and it just did not work out. When things are not supposed to work out, they don't work out. I've always had a passion for the health and fitness industry. I've always been very athletic. And then, you know, about 2.5, 3 years ago, I decided that, you know what, I'm going to put foot and I'm going to do this. And it's been heavenly ever since.
So you're like a health fitness coach?
I am a health and fitness coach, not a personal trainer.
What's the difference?
Personal trainers really just focus more on personal sessions in the gym, whereas with me, it's a completely holistic approach. It's about your health and fitness, your nutrition, you know, your exercise, your well-being, because I'm trying to get to the root of the problem. So really, the weight or the weight loss or the weight gain, it has nothing to do with the food, but it's the underlying issues that really are the problem. And I'm very focused on what I eat because it's 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. You can't outrun your diet. So
I love what you just said. You said 20% exercise, so we're just about to do 20%.
20% of that exercise.
And then we'll do the other 80 with the food. So what are we doing today?
So I'm just going to show you simple things that you can do at home, like very, very simple things. You don't need to be in a gym to exercise, right? So we'll start off with obviously just warming up. Start off with your shoulders, warming backwards. Perfect. And forward.
Sorry, I was swimming this morning, so my arms are like not happy.
Feel good. And just to the left.
Cool.
And to the right. Okay, so for that Beyonce booty. Are you ready for this journey?
Let's do it.
So squat in position, looking straight ahead of you, and all you do is just drop down. You know what? Sometimes when you're you need to do this with me.
I was watching first though.
So when you're in a club sometimes and you don't actually want to sit on the toilet seat, that's the position.
That's pretty much it. Okay, cool. So how do people go wrong? I know that sometimes like you'll be like, 1, 2, they're like, no, it's wrong. Formation, Beyonce again. So how do we do it right in terms of back, like the actual form of your body?
Okay, so your feet need to be shoulder length apart. You need to look straight ahead of you. And all you're doing is literally just dropping down and slowly coming up.
I can't go as low as her. So she's like,
I'm like
higher level, intermediate.
All the way down.
Cool.
Okay, so that's the first thing. All right, then we've got the lunges. So alternating lunges. So looking straight ahead of you, forward, and forward, and forward. There we go.
All right.
Just in that movement, looking straight ahead of you. Your glutes, your thighs, the legs, the breathing. Okay. Got it. Okay, are we ready for the stomach? You know, summer bodies are made in winter.
Yes.
All right, let's get down low. My favorite exercise in the whole wide world. All you're doing is just leaning back and coming forward. So lean back and come forward. But your feet need to stay on the ground.
Let's do that again.
Okay, so one more time. All the way back and come forward.
Now, wow.
All the way back and forward. Okay, so one more time. All the way back, 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 and come forward. Come up.
Okay, there. That's 3.
Last exercise for the day.
We out here.
Okay, we out here. So hands on hips, looking straight ahead of you, keeping your core nice and tight. All you're gonna do is some calf raises. So straight up into the sky, slowly coming down. Yeah,
okay, I don't want
for the high heel. To be sexy.
Okay,
for slayage.
Okay.
That's all it is. All right. There we go. Keep going. Are you feeling that burn? Here comes
I'm
the
still
burn.
feeling the
Here comes the burn. Here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You do each of those exercises 20 times.
I mean, that was nothing.
Really?
This is so painful. Okay, cool. So we'll get into
each of the
squat.
exercises.
So it's your deep squats. All right. It's your alternating lunges.
Alternating lunges.
Okay.
Right. And then we can get into the sit-ups like we just did.
Yes, we don't have to go there. Everybody saw that. Yeah.
All right. And into your calf raises. Up and slowly coming down. Heels don't touch the ground. There we go. That's it.
Oh, wow. That's like almost like a nice lower body workout.
Absolutely. So you don't need to be in a gym to actually exercise. You can use your body as your equipment.
Yeah. Last one. Advising Yanada. Like, where do we start? Okay, obviously everybody learned the squats, the alternating lunges, you know.
So
what's the advice that we can all take home today?
Okay. Biggest thing that I'm going to teach everybody, guys, you can't undo 15 years of bad behavior in 2 months. Right now, we're heading into winter or whatever the case may be. And it's going to be summer bodies. You're not going to change that in a week. So just focus on consistency and remember you're not going to undo 15 years of bad behavior in 1 week.
In 1 week?
In 1 week.
So no fat diets?
No.
Leave them alone.
Forget about it. Leave it about it.
You rock, hey?
Thank you.
I still feel my stomach. Thank you so much for joining us today. After the break, we have our top 5 and a live performance. So don't go anywhere. Yo, watch this. We'll see you now.
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
The ultimate celebrity status is when another celebrity sings about you. Patting in our show here, we are counting down the songs written by the celebrity about other celebrities.
That's right. Now, I think it all started with Hurricane Chris, with that song about Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Straight up, I think so. Mlathela straight, good number 5.
At number 4, Amanda Dupo. Casper is showing the Skip Some actress some love by taking her to a romantic getaway. To the ghetto.
I took her to my she loved my
New duo on the block, Benchmark, has a problem with the girl that's just way too high maintenance. She's an it girl and way out of their league. Kind of like Queen Bee. I guess that's why they called the song Bona. Hey, Bona.
why you answer so? Hey, Bona.
Go figure, coming in at number 2, AKA says this song is not about Casper, even though he makes reference to a number of events that kind of sound very similar to events occurring between Casper and, as he calls himself, the Super Mega. But I guess he's keeping his composure.
I love that song.
They gon' ask me what this song about. Composure, composure. Composure, composure, know yourself. I'm from the future. Let's take it back to the music, cause I can't control myself.
And wrapping it up at number 1, this song has been in a whole lot of local charts, all up in the clear, but very drowsy MT, going on about his infatuation with Mama Panther Pearl Thusi. He even mentions a certain Mr. Robert in there too. Spicy, Oriental Plaza spicy.
Saw you on TV, Mama. Pearl Thusi. Yeah, Pearl Thusi. Pearl Thusi. Hey, I'm talking about Pearl Thusi. Pearl Thusi.
Uhopoleke hashtag Mzansi Insider on all our social platforms. And ungana share runor keep an eye finger when on to hopole eronar say buang. Let us know, man. Hit us up. Mono Mzansi Insider, we're all about the inside story, you dig? And it's the scoop from Cash Time Life. He goes by the name of Masandi.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, he's actually the dude that sings and one time with Cash Time. What's happening with Sandy?
Hey!
See, I knows you, dog. I could even sing your lines. We out here.
Oh, you know me?
Now, first things first, you're a singer and you're signed to Cash Time Live. Tell me a bit more about those dynamics.
Man, it's such a beautiful experience. I mean, I'm surrounded by such talented rappers, and you know, man, I'm in a place where I'm always just inspired to write better, because obviously, you know, rappers always write the best, better than us singers. Yeah. So, man, it's such. I'm just growing so much, experiencing that energy and that vibe. So, man, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, and Cash Time is like a nice family.
It
is. They've got a whole family vibe going on, and I can see how all of you guys are rubbing onto each other.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about the single and the video. Let's talk about the video first. What's the idea behind it, and what was the process like getting to the final product?
So, basically, like, by the way, I scripted the whole video.
Come on now, somebody.
Come on.
Come on now, yeah?
So like I scripted the whole video in terms of like the direction of it. I was very much involved in creating the visuals and everything.
Nice.
Down to actually the specific shots that I wanted for the video. So I was very much involved in it.
Nice.
But it kind of sort of showcased what I had in my mind when I wrote the song. Obviously not fully, because like there's more to it than just the video, obviously. But yeah, man, like it was my first debut video. I just wanted to do something different that South Africa hasn't seen in the R&B spectrum.
Let's talk about the something different. Tell us more about the single.
Yo, the single, man. The single is doing so well right now. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention this, but like, yeah, it's right now, currently, it's top. It's second on the YFM charts.
Wow.
Just got playlisted on a whole lot of radio stations, so it's something new for me. So I'm just blown away right now. I'm just so excited right now, and I'm just trying to create like a new lane right now, and it's so exciting to see how people are just receiving and how they are reciprocating the energy that I've given out just to give out the actual track. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's so beautiful, man.
What else have you been working on?
He's so chill.
Like, yo, man, so beautiful.
I'm such a chill person, though.
It's early in the morning. That's the thing. So what else can we expect from you? Maybe album out anytime soon?
Or what is he working on?
Well,
like, what are you cooking?
I just did an EP.
Yeah.
A collaboration EP with the guy from Chicago. He goes by the name of August Rush. He's a rapper. So he actually
recognition in
come on.
He's still chilled about that.
Let's keep it 100. That ain't tiny.
That ain't tiny. Why are you saying that? Like it's just like August. What? Continue, sir.
Yeah, but we're trying to go global. We're not trying to.
That's epic,
we're not trying to stay.
So you guys are working together on something?
Yeah, definitely. We've already done. We done.
To wrap it up, bro.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have come to the end of the show. I'm so sad about it, but don't despair. Hosasa got 10 o'clock. When I fell at SABC 1 Mzansi for sure, and it promises to be a great Sunday morning.
Naturally, as it always does. Now, we're also on social media, so follow us using the hashtag Mzansi Insider. Right now, Masandi, take us home. We out of here.
Everything I'm feeling this very minute is a reflection of my heart. Little time to endless swinging on me, honey. Been trying to repel it so hard. Things I've been talking and then and give out like yellow go jelly. If there's anything I could feel that I'm pumela is feel. There's nothing much left but to let you know that I love you so, feeling some type of way. Your love I cannot shake. Sing yes, you like a goosebump, but baby I can no longer fake it. Friends home, but it didn't work. Go be ghost, we even got closer. You're the young thing you sing me about to. You're the young king you sing me about to. Ungafonga ukuthi la ngihlisiwe phela ngile out ehlezi chekile lezi yanhlanye singani yabantu Girl, I've been fighting all these feelings I've had for you for so long. God, I was it by me. You see, I put to war for all these broads, so that I do not fall for all these thoughts. Among knowings is on deep down. Oh, yeah, so good and quelle. Feeling some type of way. Your love I cannot shake. Sing yes, you like a goosebump, but baby, I can no longer fake it. Friends home, but it didn't work. Go be ghost, we even got closer. till I get to see where when I get out there to check it. You're the young thing you sing me about you. Wingania, Yabadu, Wingania, Yabadu, Wingania, Yabadu. You're driving me crazy. Ungafunga ukuthi ngisiwe la 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 la